make a lab bench like you'd see in a high school science room, sort of perimeter lab, you know, with the drawers and a sink with a faucet, maybe electrical outlet, and perhaps Bunsen burner, you know, the gas valves. All right, so just a simple modeling project. And here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to just add a default cube. All right, so there it is. And I think I'll bring it up, but I'm going to get rid of, let's get rid of the floor. Get rid of floor, so I'm not distracted by that. Let's scale it in the X. There we go. That's going to be my lab bench. Okay, a little bit more. Scale in the X like that. Like that there. Okay, so here's the front of it, and there's the top, and there will be the back. So what I'll do is I will go into it, and I'm going to set up to do the drawers. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is set some boundaries on the side. So I'm going to do an edge loop, add 2, and accept that and scale it in the X. And I'm going to pull it out to about there. And I'll set up my top and bottom the same way, accept, scale it in the Z to kind of, you know, relatively equal. It doesn't really matter. All right, and then now I want to have one big cupboard that would, you know, come out like that. I don't know if you can see that, but, and then I have a lab drawer here. So I need some space in between that one and the lab drawer. I'll just put one in here. So lab drawer might be like that. Okay, there will be my lab drawer. And I'm going to have 2 little cupboard doors here. So I need some space here as well. And then I would have 2 of them. I'll just do it like that. Scale it in the X. No, that's not what I want to do. Scale it in the X and bring those together so there's a little bit of a space. Kind of making these roughly equal. Okay, so I'm going to do that's not what I want. A bit more here. I'm going to merge these faces, dissolve faces. So I see there's my cupboard door there. And I'm going to merge these. So that's just my drawer. And that one's on its own, and that one's on its own as well. So I'm going to select all these parts. You can start seeing the sort of outline of what I'm going to do. And turn to the side a little bit. Hit E to extrude and pull them out a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bevel them. Control B all together. Pull back a little bit. 1, 2. Good enough. Let's deselect and have a look at that. All right, so that's how that would look. We'll put some handles on those, and that would just represent the drawers and the little cupboards. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, Shift A, add a cube. Scale it down quite a bit. We'll zoom in on that. Bring it in close to the door. Scale in the X and in the Z and in the Y. So it'll be somewhere there. I'll center it a little bit better in a minute. All right, so what I'm also going to do though is I'm going to go into it and I'm going to add 2 edge loops, scale them in the Z to pull them up to there, and in face select mode I'm going to grab that face and that face, E to extrude and pull them out a little bit, sort of making a handle, and then I'm going to rotate this, rotate Z 180 back in. So it'll be something like there. I'm going to apply rotation and scale, and then add the default bevel with 2 segments, and just turn the width down. Just to around there. Let's see what that looks like. That's fine. I'm going to apply that. Okay, let's get this in the position that I like. So around there, Shift D, I'll copy it to the next drawer or little cupboard. Shift D, copy it over to this one, and Shift D, and let's see, rotate. What? Rotate in the Y. Rotate Y 90. That's what I want. Bring it up to the drawer. Okay, so that's how those would go. I'm going to join those right now. Save the file. All right, so that's what the lab bench would look like so far. Let's put a little bottom on this thing. And I will hit C and just sort of paint over all these. Except not that one or that one. Okay, in there. Okay, just those, and I'm gonna go dissolve faces. 7 gives me the top view. Control 7 gives me the bottom view. I'm gonna inset and scale it in the Y, holding Shift, just to make it a little bit more equal. Close enough. Heat extrude and pull this down. I'm not going to do any beveling yet on any of this stuff. Okay, I also want a back portion on this. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm not sure. I am not sure if I want to try something for the moment. I'm going to just select all these top polys and dissolve the faces. I'm considering, well, I'll copy this and make it a new selection so I won't mess up anything else. I've got that there. I'm considering extruding this up like that, and then taking this front section. I think I can dissolve the faces as well. E to extrude and bringing it out just a little bit like that. If I did that and then I went into here, can I still do? No. Okay, so I'll use the knife tool. Maybe there to there, and select this edge, and to make it straight, this is my y-axis, I'm going to go scale y0, and then I'm going to select it, heat extrude, and I'm going to bring it up to make that, not a backsplash, but now the reason I did it that way is because I want to array these, and what I'll do is I will copy the Shift D and move them to another layer and join them in the other layer so that I can show you what I want to do. Right? So if I do that, I get this kind of lab bench thing. Cut a hole, make a sink, and do the other parts. And I think I like that versus, geez, maybe I just took the original. Well, it looks like we're going with that now. Okay, that's cool. That's totally fine. So I'm going to take off the array, move this baby back to the first layer. So that's what I've got, and of course I can put my array on or off. Okay, well, let's continue. Now that we're committed to that. Okay, so I want to put a sink in here. So I'll go ahead and select this, and go Shift S, cursor selected, so that when I bring in my next object, which will be a cube, it will come in right there. I'm going to scale it. And let's find a good position for this sink. Scale in the X. I don't want it too big or anything. I guess I'll do it roughly centered, and then over here I would have maybe, you know, have my tap, an electrical thing, and then the Bunsen burner valve. It'll be a little bit cramped, but that's okay. So the way I was thinking of doing this was I'm going to try simple deform taper, but not too much taper, just a little bit, kind of like that, and use that to push down, you know, to make the sink. Maybe it doesn't have to be that deep, you know, something like that. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and apply that. I'll apply the scale in case I ever needed it. And geez, what did I do? Wow, quick zoom. I want to go into edge mode, deselect, select that edge, this one, and this one. Control B, put say 3 segments just to round it out a little bit. Just like that. Okay, so this I'm going to push into here to about there. Okay. Boy. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to select this. Let's do that first, and then I'm going to turn off the array for now. A Boolean difference with this, apply, and let's see if I hide that. There's my sink indentation. If I bring this back, oops, and I go into it, in face mode, and inset like that. Let's see if I just delete that face. No, I'm gonna get that. So I'm gonna shrink it just a little bit. Scale, and I'll hold Shift, just a touch, and it'll do that. And that's okay. And then let's see if we can get a bit of an edge on this, or a bit of a bevel going around. Or do I like that? I doubt I do. Let's stick with that for now. And just smooth it for the moment. Okay, let's not smooth it for the moment. You know, so that could be my sink there. And if I join this, you know, maybe I need to make it a little smaller. If I join them, and then I go ahead and I do that array again, you'll see that they all the lab benches will get the sink. Okay. Now, if I really wanted to, I don't know, can I, just out of curiosity, what happens if I get rid of that face? Just at the bottom of the, that still looks realistic. And in fact, if I do that, the reason I want that, I'll show you. Cursor selected. I'll bring a cylinder. You know, like I can put a little drain in there. Let's go to wireframe so we can see what's going on. Actually, let's not for the moment. Let's select that face. Bring it up. And bring the whole thing down. Punch through. Yeah, this will be all right. Punch through. Object, apply, scale. Let's try this. Add a boolean. I think I might need to have it up at the top. The difference with this. Apply. Let's see if I not delete it. I'll just hide it for now. I can get a hole going through, which is what I want. So let's. I might want this for something. I don't know, pipe or something. No, we'll just get rid of it. I don't know if I can bevel this. Control B or not. I guess I'm getting some crossing there. Let's do it a tiny bit. Yeah, just a tiny bit. You get a little bit of light cast there. Okay, so if I put the array back on, they've all got a little bit of a hole in there, a little bit of a drain. I don't know how necessary it was. Just a little detail, something. Okay, let's go back to here. All right, let's do the faucet. Okay, so Shift A, torus, and before I do anything, I want to change the radius. Make it smaller, like that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to rotate X 90. Let's have we've got it. Let's hide this. Let's focus on this thing. Let's go into it in vertex, deselect, and wireframe. Orthogonal. Box select. Let's get rid of all these. Nope, let's not do that. Sorry, too much. I want to leave the perfectly horizontal ones. So I'm going to box select this and I go bead extrude, and I'm going to pull this down to make the rest of the tab. Doesn't matter how far right now. And then I'm going to come back up over here, box select this. I'm going to go bead extrude. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Then I'm going to do it again to make this part. And face select mode, I'm going to select all those, bead extrude, scale, but Shift Z, so it just goes bigger, not upwards like that or downwards. Get out of wireframe, and I grab this edge and put a face on now. Bead extrude and bring it down a ways, and then scale, just like that. I don't even know that I really need to make the hole inside. I don't really think I do. So let's go over here. Bring that down around there. And face select mode, do the same kind of thing. Bead extrude, scale, Shift Z, let's make it bigger. I really don't need to put another face down there. I could probably even get rid of those. I'm not trying to conserve my polys. as maybe I should. I just want to do that. Okay, let's unhide everything. Take this, scale it, zoom in, and bring it closer to here. Let's see if it's too tall or what. Yeah, scale the Z. That's pretty darn tall. Yeah. Okay, maybe scale it in Z again. I don't like what I just did. Okay, I think what I'll do for this is, what will I do? Put an edge loop there, and let's hide that. Grab all those, plus. Is this what I want to be doing? And pulling them up this way? That's probably fine. Alt H, bring it back. No, that's what I wanted. Okay. All right, that's not too bad. And then what I'll do is I might actually make this a bit taller, this fat part. You'll see why in a minute. Can I just bring it up? Yeah. Okay. And then I will have another cylinder. Do I want to grab part of this and use it? Shift D, P to make a new selection. Grab that piece, origin geometry, rotate X90. It just saves me, you know, making another cylinder of whatever size. Okay, Control N to flip the normals. If that's high enough. I might have to bring this up even more in order to use that tap. Let's just do that. Okay, let's select that face, Shift S, cursor to selected, and bring in a cube there. Scale it down. Scale it in Z. Scale it in the Y. Scale it in the X. Make it a bit fatter though. This way. Okay, I'm going to do this. Am I? Yeah, just for the heck. Yeah, I guess I am. Shift D, rotate Y90. Join it with that one. And let's go Object, Apply, Rotation and Scale, and try the beveler again with two segments. Just the width, one like there. Try smoothing. I don't know. Is that look any good? Probably not. I think this could be narrower, but not in the Y. Scale, Shift Y, and actually, then I want to do scale in the Y. I'll bring it out a bit. You know, from a distance. Geez, the whole thing looks a bit small, to tell you the truth. okay. You know, just as a quick thing. All right, I'm just gonna go with it. Join it all together. Now if I smooth that, I get that effect. Can I still add some edge loops on here? Oh, I didn't do any beveling there. Maybe I won't. No, not there. In there. Yeah, I forgot to do my beveling. It probably won't matter. It's just so small. So I take this, if I'm reasonably happy about the position, I don't know, if I take this and this, join them together, and now I put the array on, you can see that all the lab stations have the faucet now. It does look a bit shrimpy to me. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I want to go on to the electrical outlet.